So you have to learn how to trade. You have to manage yourself more appropriately and learn discipline. He doesn't have that yet. So he has a $288 a month car insurance bill. His cell phone, we make him pay $70 a month. He spends $80 a month in gas. And on average, he spends about $350 a month on entertainment between him, buying whatever he wants to, buy and pay for. And he entertains his girlfriend, twice a month, and when they go out to eat or something. And the rest of his money, he just socks it. So I told him, I said, listen, the first rule is that we have to duplicate your income that you spend, your ends. You have to be able to do that, in addition to. So that skill set is something I teach all of you to try to do that, not get rich, not try to get 50 R multiples, not try to be on the leaderboard of FTMO, not try to do this and try to do that. Your goal should be all monetary, making ends meet. So how do we do that? You have to have your bills. What's your spendable expenses? Hang on one second. I just realized my phone is about to croak here. Man, this thing's draining my battery. Bear with me 1 second. Expenses come to $738 a month. So as an 18-year-old, he's got $738 a month coming out. He lives in my home. We feed him, except for if he wants to take his girlfriend or himself out to a restaurant or whatnot. So that's why I said, let's set a goal to make $1,000 a month. You have to do this 3 months in a row. You have to do that, because if you do something for 90 days, then you will see that is something that can repeat. It can become a habit. I don't think 30 days is a groundbreaking thing that creates a habit, because anybody can do something for a month. Think about it. How many times have you done a diet? It should have been a habit. You should have been able to live the rest of your life like that. It's not. 90 days, every successful weight loss program or training regimen, the ones that are seeing the best results always do at least 90 days. Well, in this, because we're talking about money, 1 month, one snapshot of a day, I made this much money today, look at me. Woo-hoo. That don't mean shit. It don't mean anything. This may not be a lot of money to you. May not be a lot of money for anyone. But to him, it is, because I don't dole out money. Hang on 1 second. We have an air conditioner guy coming here. I had to make sure my wife had the credit card scheme. She's asking me something. They can't hear you. Yeah. Just sign it. We have two air conditioners here, and we run them very, very low to keep the house real cold. And yes, it's hot, but our air conditioner on the upper floors won't go down below 70 degrees, and I don't like that. So I have people come out here if I gotta get another unit installed, and that's what it is. But yes, this is what it's like to be on a live session, and I will go off and do different things and discussions, and that's just the way my mind works. But $1,000 a month is what his goal is. So you're probably thinking, okay, $1,000. Okay, how can you do that with a $2,000 trading account? But we'll call it a $50,000 funded account, because that's what everybody wants to call it. It's a $2,000 equity. That's what you have. So I told him, I said, listen, you're already paying what would be equivalent to 8.25% if they go up to 165. If they keep it at $49 a month plus the taxes, whatever it is, you're still paying interest. You're paying on interest to have access to something like a credit card. And if you don't do any trades, you're still paying that interest payment whether you use it or not. That's what you don't realize. When you're looking at these funded account companies, you're paying an interest. A monthly subscription is an interest payment on money that doesn't even exist. Great business model. Great business model. Is it helpful to someone that is not financially literate? Absolutely not. It's like playing Russian roulette. And the ease, or the, I guess you could say, the approachable benefits to being cheaper, you might look at that and say, well, even if I do blow it, I can afford to do $49 again. It doesn't cost that much. Well, that was the mindset my son had. My own son had that same mindset, but he wasn't doing it for $49. He was doing it when it was the full whatever it was. I don't even know how much money he's wasted on it. But I had to get involved and intervene and tell him, look, you have to do this with a structured mindset. You just can't go in there and swing for the fences and just think something magically is going to happen. So I told him, I said, you cannot afford to trade a mini contract. And that's the truth, okay? I'm going to be real blunt with you. For the folks that have $150,000 funded accounts, if you're trading more than 2 contracts, mini, you're asking to blow up. You should be trading 2 micros. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, absolutely. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, okay? That's the reality. Because if you have the $150,000 funded account, you can only lose $4,500. If I did that right, and if I read their website correctly, if I'm wrong, I apologize, and I'll retract it and say something in a tweet that would be more accurate. But my understanding is a $150,000 account only affords you to lose up to $4,500. And then $3,000 maximum for a $100,000 funded account. And then $50,000 is you only get to lose $2,000 before they end the show for you. So that's all you have. And while that is a certain measure of being unfortunate in a way, the way it's being presented and packaged, that isn't the end of the road. So here's my son. He's at the cusp of executing on this week. He's going to pay for his funded account to began. My note says it's an express account. So I don't know what that is, but that's what it apparently will become when he pays for it to begin. So whatever he earns from that point on, as long as he has several days of profitability, he can ask for up to 50% of it. We're not interested in 50% because we're going to do all of it, and then we're done. But the idea is he needs to be trading 1 micro contract. That's all he can afford to trade. But what if you're a better trader? That's all you can afford to trade. Where am I stuttering? In that you get 1 contract at the micro level. If you only can afford to lose $2,000, that means you're only trading with 1 singular micro contract. I see all these guys on YouTube. I watch them, okay? And I love the fact that they have the brass, the moxie to get out there and do that. And sometimes it's very entertaining, okay? Sometimes it's tragic because they're trying, but they're trying with too much leverage and they don't know how to trade it. That really compounds it. So my own son fell victim to that same shit where you don't know how to trade and you're trying to over leverage. That's lottery. That's casino mentality. It's you going in there trying to gamble. So I told him, I said, for every $2,000, right now you only have $2,000 you can work with. So if you make $2,000 more, then you can afford to trade a second micro contract rather. So now for someone that doesn't know what a micro is, when we talk about trading in minis, for the S&P E-mini contract, for 1 point, that means it's 4 ticks. And what would that look like? If you were trading 4,500 even, and it went up to 4,501, that's 1 handle or 4 ticks, or the equivalent of $50 in change of fluctuation from one price at 4,500 to 4,501. That's $50 increment in terms of monetary value, but it's 4 ticks. For NASDAQ, it's usually, we'll just say 15,800 to 15,801. That's 1 handle or 4 ticks. For a mini, that's $20 in the NASDAQ. So a micro, for S&P micro, is going to be $5 per point. And you're thinking, what the hell? Well, it's equivalent to a Dow futures. You're just chopping it down from $50 to $5. I can't make money. Man, you can make your whole fucking career income right now trading just one micro. So if I hear any of this shit on Twitter, if I see any goober on YouTube, you're going to have to be showing that you can't make money. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my son's about to do it. He's about to do this very thing with a micro, not even a mini. Okay. He's not even going to do nowhere near what they say they're offering to you. You can trade up to 5 contracts. No. Does that mean you can trade 5 micros? No. $2,000 increments. That's what affords him one more micro. When can he trade a mini? Never. Because when he gets to $10,000, he's asking for all his money. He's getting the fuck out of Dodge. Some of you already done the math. Okay, he's got 2,000 now. He can trade with 1. And he gets to 2. He can trade 2. No. He's not allowed to trade with 1 mini. He doesn't have the equity to support it. See, all these fucking clowns out there pretending to be gurus and mentors and teachers and this and that thing, they're absolutely gambling. That's why they don't have a large degree of profitable students. Everybody can come out here and have a whole bunch of people with certificates saying they got funded. That doesn't mean dick. How much money are you making? As in spendable money. How much money came out where you can go out and spend it? That's what really matters here. And I'm trying to get your mindset to understand that that part is the goal, not getting a certificate. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful that you got to that point and you're funded. That's wonderful that you got a payout. But that's just one thing. That doesn't, like, you act like you retired from trading when you did that. And I'm not trying to talk down to you, but I'm making sure you understand. I'm talking to my son. I'm not trying to diminish your appreciation for your efforts. I know some of you have worked very, very hard and you finally got funded and you finally got a withdrawal, and that's wonderful and I'm proud of you. But that's not it. If that's all you went into this, and many of you think that's all there is to it. That's the visibility point that you have. That's as far down the road you can see is your first payout. That's not a career. That's a one-night stand. Fuck that. You need to have a lifetime expectancy that's beyond your first payout. And truth be told, I guarantee you, none of you really thought about it like that until right now. Think about it. You just got to get a happy ending. You just got to feel good that you've done it. And then you will fall in love with trading. Then I'll really put my efforts in being organized. I just got to sow my oats, ICT. You know how it is. We got to sow our wild oats and get out there and have fun and really make a mess of things. And if we can come out profitable and dodge an STD, and it's wonderful. You know, it's great. Well, you can't have that mindset. You can't have that mindset as a trader. You got to be absolutely disciplined. So I'm forcing that on my son. These are his rules. $2,000. That means he's got 1 micro. For NASDAQ, that means he's going to make $2 or lose $2 per point or handle. A handle is 4 ticks. 1 point is 4 ticks. I use that term interchangeably. It means the same thing. So he cannot trade another micro until he makes $2,000. Wow, that's a slow haul. Yeah. Finding consistency, finding your way as an entrepreneur, a business-oriented mindset as a trader, it is a slow but steady pace. We're not gambling. Okay? We're not out there trying to impress anybody. He is trying to work towards making his ends in this. It takes time. It takes time for you to understand what it is that you're supposed to be believing in yourself, that you don't have to hurry up. You don't have to hurry up.